smacks. Oh my God.
That's nice of you, Steve. Hello, Jared.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of WorldWideChels presents Uncle Jester's Barbecue. Thanks for being with us tonight. I have a great panel lined up for you. Of course, I got my main guy over in the corner, Mr. Carlito. Taking the spinner's place is Lazio Steve, Strasbourg Steve.
Yes, sir.
All the Steves are here.
All the Steves.
Of course, we had to bring some class in. So we got Miss Melina here, classing up the joint. And last and certainly not least, my guy throwing things at the dartboard, Mr. Wayne Molds. How are y'all doing this evening?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for tonight because I've got some hot takes for Carlito, that's for sure. I'm going to put him in his grill and grill him for tonight. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, that's how we roll around here. So
I mean, you say we brought class to the table, then you bring one of the nastiest, meanest Arsenal fans on the fucking planet. I don't know about class. I would say crass. I don't know about class. Melina, how
Listen,
you
it was
doing
either
today?
me. It was either me or KJ. So they picked me.
Oh no, I actually still think KJ's coming on, but I know we just heard that. Actually, no, Melina, it's convenient power outages, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, and Wi-Fi going down. Convenient.
Oh, it's my Wi-Fi. It's South Africa, man. I don't know what to do. He's in shambles.
But this weekend was not good for Chelsea. I think Newcastle had a pretty good weekend. Of course, we know Arsenal did because they beat us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing new. Nothing new there.
But that's
nothing special.
Everybody, Bournemouth is going to do it this weekend, so you're not going to feel special after that.
Yeah.
My God, man, our goal is like 7-Eleven, man. We ain't always doing business, but we're always open. Fuck me, brother.
Either that or it's just a place to go get robbed. That's what
I'll be back. Jared, take over.
So
Wow. Oh, okay.
we're gonna leave the Napoli salt in the eyes for later. we all get juiced up a little bit. But we're gonna start with probably Melina's favorite topic is the Chelsea fan base and the lack of any sort of cohesive intelligence in the fan base and the little kid mentality of things didn't happen when I wanted it to happen, so everybody sucks. That's the intro there. Does anybody want to jump in on that?
Jump
Wait,
in on
Jared,
what,
can you repeat the phrase, please? I didn't hear it the first time.
Well, the Chelsea fan base are basically there's not everybody, but let's just say average. They're little children because they want something when they want something, and it has to be exactly what they want, or they'll throw a freaking fit all the time. I want somebody to tell me I'm wrong, and if you can't tell me I'm wrong, at least share your experiences on what in the hell is wrong with people nowadays.
Instant gratification.
Instant gratification is right. So apparently, anything that the media tells people, they listen to.
It's called being a sheep.
We were supposed to sign Poch on Saturday, or we're going to do it. He's going to be at the Arsenal game because media said so. Not the football club, media. Those people who have been wrong all year long. And you know why they're wrong? Because the people they used to get information from are no longer at Chelsea. So,
you see that well's dried up?
So are we cooking Marina and Bruce Buck? Is that what we're doing, Jared?
They're like leaky faucets.
Hey.
If the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits, smack the bitch in the face with it. I mean, wear it. So all I got to say is y'all need to calm down on these things. It's not like Pochettino would come in tomorrow if he was signed. Now would he? He's coming in the summertime. So we get to listen to Fat Frank for the next 2 weeks. And hopefully we do to him what France did to Napoleon and send him to a desert island somewhere.
I thought you were going to say chop his fucking head off like fucking, whatever. The guillotine.
What is the island of which Napoleon spent his final days in exile? Okay, thank you, Mr. History teacher. Appreciate that.
Come on, man. I read a book.
I thought it was Madagascar, but fair enough.
I mean, the internet is not a book, Steve. You gotta learn from books too.
Yeah.
Frogball!
Hey,
What's up, buddy? Oh!
I'm all good. I'm all good. I thought I was coming on, and then just technical issues coming on.
Man, his hair's got more volume than a Garnier Fructis commercial. How we doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I haven't been on the barbecue for a long while. Obviously, late nights is not great for me with the job, but got the weekend off with the coronation, so all good. All good. I can jump on.
Coronation of what?
They did send your state your spot on the street corner, right?
Oh, that's a thing? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, apparently bank holiday weekend.
I mean,
Yeah.
bank holiday, coronation holiday. I mean, Boxing Day. You guys are just inventing holidays.
There's only one king.
Carlito, we've got three. We've got 3 bank holidays in this month alone.
Dude, not only that, you guys do the 4 weeks of vacation a year. You're the laziest region in the world.
Leave this beautiful country alone, right? Let's not go there.
Say what you want about the monarchy, but leave his vacation days alone.
I can't say anything because I'm under the Commonwealth.
That's right.
People don't even know that. The head of state for Canada, America's hat, is in England. It's wild.
So y'all taking off too in Canada?
No, we don't get no days off. We don't get no coronation. Even when the Queen died, I went to work.
Y'all stuck as a Commonwealth then.
Yeah,
I mean, pushing for some days.
we're the BTEC Commonwealth.
You don't get any of the benefits.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like the Puerto Rico of England.
Yeah, pretty
what
much.
a way to put it.
Or the Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands. The U.S. Virgin Islands, fuck yeah.
I mean, after the U.S. went to them, it was just the islands, man. All right, so I've got something for you. And I want to start us off this way with a nice little spicy quote. Now, as you have noticed, I'm a man of many tastes. I like Mormon women. I like good wine. I like great books. And I'm also a cinephile. And one of the criminally underrated films of the early 90s is a movie called Godfather Part 3.
Oh, yeah.
And in the movie, it's Godfather Part 3 is very good, despite what the detractors say. And in this is pertinent to what Chelsea has done over the past year with their hastiness. There's a quote that says, "Finance is a gun, and politics is knowing when to pull the trigger." Now I'll say that again. Finance is a gun, politics is knowing when to pull the trigger. So when I look at Chelsea and their hastiness and their inability to be suave and to be subtle, okay? They have all this money. They're very trigger happy. They want to make a splash. They want to make multiple splashes, right? But finance may be that gun with all that money, but politics is knowing when to pull the trigger and when to splash that cash. And then I look at players like, okay, why did we buy Koulibaly? Okay, why did we buy Marco Correa? Okay, why did we buy David Atro Fofana? And this is where I look at all the money that they had, and they didn't know how to politically maneuver it. And because of that, we were taking advantage of on pricing, as well as the overload and overabundance of the people that we bought. We were taking advantage of in the market.
Yeah.
And maybe that's naivete. Maybe that's the owners having so much money that was burning a hole in their pocket. Maybe it was not being politically savvy enough to know when to pull the trigger. I'm not certain. But what I am certain of is that it didn't fucking work. And it is not always about how much money you have to spend. It's also about how you spend the money. It is how you spend the money. You look at the Newcastle model, they're spending $35 million on each player. Not much more, certainly not much less.
Isak was 7.
I know, but for the most part, they're kind of sticking to the 35. Now I think they'll go up more. Yes, I think they'll go up more, especially if someone like Neymar comes in.
If they get top 4, then Rafinha, we're already hearing Rafinha.
Rafinha, yes. Yeah. But for now, Steve, what I've set kind of as a rule is that they've been pretty judicious about their spending. They've been pretty conservative considering their backer. But my point overarching is this, is that it's not just about the money, it's how you spend it. So yes, finance may be a gun, but politics is how you pull the trigger. And we've been super trigger happy to the point where we're now going to start asking for bullets from the people we're fighting the war with. Now we're going to start looking at our gun and saying, fuck, why is our gun smoking? I need to clean that gun. It's all a mess. Okay, so it is really how you spend the money. Now I'll open up the forum, but for me, it's just incredibly disappointing that we were so trigger happy about so many players. I'm glad we bought players like Enzo. I'm glad we bought players like Andre Santos. I'm really glad we bought a player like Wes Fofana. He's great. He's wonderful. Mudryk, unbelievable. I still can't believe Arsenal didn't get him. But then there are other players where I'm like, why the fuck did we buy this player? Why is Aubameyang here? I mean, all these guys, they stink. They stink.
I think you can separate the two windows, the summer window from the winter window.
I think they're both a lot of money. I think they're both $300 million each.
Sure. They were,
but
the winter window was because it wasn't Bowley and Egbali doing all the work. They had a bunch of the team in place that went out and had either had these players from a previous club that they were scouting or had done a little bit of scouting on them. So I like to separate the winter window from the summer window. The summer window was what it was because the people, I said this last week, the people who were supposed to stay and help for the transition bailed. And a lot of that FFP money that y'all are bitching about went to Bruce Buck and Marina and Czech.
Yeah.
Because that counted on FFP.
Yeah.
So
to add on that, it wasn't like they were told you have to go, you have to go. They were asked to stay in for a transition period, which is completely
stay or
normal
leave.
with takeovers.
Yeah.
It's completely normal that you have a transition and then you get the guy you want 12 months down the line. But no, obviously Bruce Buck left because he was just a mess and we needed to get him out of the club as soon as possible. But Marina was supposed to stay, but she thought, nope, I'm going to go off. And Petr Cech, who I'm going to take a little bit more criticism here because he is supposed to be a club legend, could have stayed. There's no reason. All right, Marina has close ties with Roman. Could have been a reason why she wanted to leave.
Right.
Can understand that to a point. But Cech had no reason to leave his club in the lurch like that. And he chose, nope, see ya. I'm going to go off in the sunset with a lot of money. Leave Todd Bowley, who is unexperienced and, as Carlitos wisely put it before, as an American, has that big dick energy, wants to be the biggest dick in the room. He's come in to a boardroom of experienced people, had that big dick energy, and everyone's taken advantage of him, which I've said, and I said in the summer, is going to happen. It's completely natural. You are going to get your pants pulled down on certain signings. Cucurella was a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
But what I state with this is the fact that people like Koulibaly, how many fans were saying, we want this guy in, proven player, done it in the Serie A. We've been linked to him for years and years and years. So the owners have looked at that and gone, well, Chelsea have liked him before and wanted to bring him in, so he should be a assured player. Sterling, Premier League proven player, won how many trophies in Man City?
Matt, probably the worst signing.
Cucurella has done well at Brighton. Obviously, you've then brought on Brighton owners. At that point, I think you knew you were trying to bring Graham Potter, so that made sense. Wesley Fofana made sense. A lot of these signings did make sense at the time, and a lot of Chelsea fans, I don't want to hear it from Chelsea fans, wanted these players in. All right, it was a bit chaotic. We were supposed to get Rafinha, supposed to get Dembele, supposed to get these other players.
Jules
But we got
Koundé.
these players, and everyone, and Jules Koundé as well. But everyone liked these players. So I don't want to hear this, oh, we should have never assigned him in the first place. Bowley's made an absolute mistake. How stupid could he be to sign these players? You also wanted to sign these players literally 9 months ago. You cannot look in hindsight at this and think, oh, I'm just going to think, oh, these are suddenly shit players now. And they've always been shit players in my mind. No, because especially when you're on the world of Twitter, that can get found out quite easily. People can go back 9 months.
Matt, respectfully, though, I'm not looking back with 2020 vision. I'm simply assessing. I'm assessing what's happened. And one of the things that, because again, like I wanted Koulibaly, but I also thought that there's probably a reason that he's for sale. Sterling, proven player, but Pep's system makes players look better than they are. Except for Jack Grealish, who's the best left wing in the world. And then other guys like Cucurella, he had a really good game against us. He had a decent season last year, but he wasn't what I wanted. But regardless of what I wanted or not, my point is that we've completely changed the face of the club, because before Roman was this esoteric boogeyman of football, right? And he had his Iron Lady who also didn't do interviews, is very shrewd, very smart, very savvy. Really, the only thing that we knew about her was that in the past she was his personal assistant, but she was with him on all deals, and then eventually she became the director of football for Chelsea, right? Or at least the head of the board, right? But what we didn't know about them was the power of them. It was the power of Roman and Marina that Roman didn't do fucking interviews, that he stood in the shadows, that he lurked like a boogeyman, okay, like the bad guy. And in that mystery, there was power with Boley coming out, being very American, and we knew he was going to do it. But he's come out and he's offered himself to all of these other, club directors and owners. Say, oh, let me take you to dinner. Oh, let me do this. Let me do that. Let me be affable. Let me be the face. Let me do interviews. All this shit. And I actually think that it has exposed him to being taken advantage of. And that's really my point, is that politically he was shooting off too many bullets and he got taken advantage of many, many times. As a result,
can I just add something to that?
Sure, absolutely.
I mentioned this on Mo's channel last week when we did a preview. I said the sanctions that Chelsea were under when the incidents happened last season, I think that was this is unbiased opinion of mine, and I wouldn't normally say this, but it was unfair, and I think that held you back further before you even went to go in the summer and pick up targets. That shouldn't have happened in the first place. And the thing Jared was saying about Marina leaving, or she should have stayed and she left during that transition period, it could have been a conflict of interest, maybe something legality wise, that if she stayed, something would have affected her name or her assets, whatever possible. Maybe it was a conflict of interest because she had close ties with Roman. We didn't actually know. And like Carlito just said, she barely did interviews, but the way she did business, and I said this so many times, I was really jealous of Chelsea. The way you guys sell a lot of players, you get the most value, the most bang for your buck for a lot of players. A lot of the things that we wish we could do, but we can't do at the other side of North London.
And the other side of the table.
Then the other thing I want to say is the signings that you guys got. I know you guys wanted Koundé so bad. I watched Sadiq stream so many times. It was always about Koundé, and then it never happened, right? But some of the signings you got, like Sterling, Cucurella, even certain players like the Fofana, just because they suit their other club where they're coming from, that system, doesn't mean it would suit Chelsea's system. And with Roman, he bought players that suited your system and your identity. Right now, Todd Bowley destroyed, in this transition period, you guys don't have an identity. So this summer, when you're going to buy players, how are you supposed to buy players with no formation, no style of play? I'm expecting the new manager who's going to come through, if it's Pochettino or if it's someone else, an experienced manager is going to come to this team, take out all the deadwood players who are not good enough to wear this shirt, get rid of Aubameyang. The guy's done nothing for Chelsea Football Club, and respectfully, I don't know, he just doesn't belong in the Premier League anymore. I think his time's finished in the Premier League, and get players that actually suit your system after you decide what formation you want to play. You can't go buy every single player you want and be like that big dick energy, like Carlito said, without getting a proper formation or identity. Yeah. And whatever Roman built for you guys over the years, Todd Bowley destroyed it in one season. And it's actually sad to see.
Well, I don't know how sad you really are, but I would say that
it's not for me. It's not sad for me, but for some Chelsea fans, like you guys, I talk to often. I genuinely feel bad for you guys because football brings you guys so much happiness in your life, and people who have certain health issues or whatever going on, football is the only thing keeping them sane. And I know a lot of people like that who support Chelsea, and regardless of us hating each other and whatever, as a football club, I know a lot of people football is their life, and when their club's down in the dumps, this is the worst season I've ever seen Chelsea, probably in a very long time. So
no, Melina, it's not. It's when you put everything together, it's the worst season in 118 years. Steve, what do you got, buddy? I know you wanted to jump in.
I mean, for me, after I saw what Bowley said at that conference thing he did either yesterday or today or wherever it was. Well, this guy, Jesus Christ, he said something along the lines of he's humbled because he did everything right but failed, so he feels humbled. He thinks he did everything right? Damn. I worry for you guys, honestly, because if he doesn't think he's done anything wrong, then what does that mean? He's just going to go do it again. You know, he's going to piss ass around with hiring the manager. He's going to keep on going in the locker rooms. He's going to keep on, you know, just doing whatever he feels, overstepping, you know, putting him in that spotlight to be exploited, to be absolutely exploited. Yeah. Like, it's not good. It's not, you're in a position of weakness. It's like, bro, does this bully guy, when he goes to fucking Vegas, when he plays poker, does he show everyone his fucking cards? Oh, look at my cards, guys. You want any? Here's my cards. I'm set, man. Like, you don't do that, bro. You just stay silent. You do your thing. If you want to do these interviews and stuff, think about what you say before you say it, because it makes your club look like a fucking clown show, if I'm honest. And the recruitment thing needs to be addressed. The like you said, the whole clear out of the staff and stuff, bro. You don't just do that, because then it's new territory for everyone and no one has any clue what's going on. And then the players are the ultimate. They've been asked this year. Let's be real, obviously, but they aren't set up to succeed. The manager isn't set up to succeed. And how's the sporting director set up to succeed? How? What's the plan? I don't know your plan. It's to buy young guys. But what is that actually going to lead? He says an RB model. A Red Bull model doesn't buy Raheem Sterling and Koulibaly. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
Well, that's what you see. The difference between the summer window and the winter window is they did buy young players in the winter window.
Yeah.
And we did buy a couple of young players in the summer as well.
Right.
But we had, again, it's like going to your job with a gun to your head.
Yeah.
Because that's what they had.
Or with an arm behind your back.
Because they had nobody, all the football minds left.
Yep.
Okay, they came in first time, and look, you can say what you want to, but every Chelsea fan for 3 years has been talking about bringing Koulibaly in.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. Oh, we got to get Koulibaly. Everybody wanted Mark Cucurella over. A lot of people wanted Mark Cucurella over Ben Chilwell when that was the debate. Yep. I remember those debates.
I mean, that's a debate of one. His name is Marvin Dent. Come on now.
No, there was more than Marvin.
There was plenty.
More than Marvin on that.
All right. Well, we got to introduce this other guy.
Sure.
KJ. My whole thing. I'm actually a fan of mystery. I'm a fan of, the Teddy Roosevelt speak softly, carry a big stick, not letting everybody know what you're doing. Like Steve was intimating rather immaturely. Don't show all your cards. And I feel as though we've lost appropriate fear. The appropriate fear of Roman was that people didn't know him. They didn't know what his moves were going to do. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. Yeah. They really do, though. KJ, and I feel as though we've been utterly exposed because our transparency is now a detrimental weakness to not just the club, but the ethos of the club, to the prestige of the club. It's like now everybody knows our fucking secrets. It's really, really unsettling to me, KJ.
It's crazy. Before Todd Bowley actually bought the club, we all used like one picture of him, and there really wasn't anything known about him on the internet other than the fact that he had money. And now we're at a place where he's interacting with the Chelsea fans. He shouldn't have done that in the first place. He's going on Chelsea Twitter Spaces. He's actively seeing what the top influencers are doing and talking about, and he's reacting upon that, which is why we have the signings we do right now, because he's reacting off of what people are saying on Twitter. Whether we like it or not, we have an influence, and he's reacting upon that, which is why we're getting signings that don't make sense, don't fit the system, and that utterly are crippling our team. No matter how good the signing is, or no matter how good the play is, let me say rather, it's not a fit for our system. I don't know who said it right now, but football is a systemic sport. And we've kind of broken away from the mold of what we're used to doing and what Roman is used to doing. And we've implemented this sort of reactionary system within the club. Yeah. If something doesn't work, we'd rather do this. If something doesn't work, we'd rather do that. And that's not how football works. The first mistake he made coming into this club was not the signings, but implementing himself as a director of football.
Yes.
That's something he should have never done. He should have opted to and I get the whole legality of everything, but he should have opted to try make or try implement a handover system that best suits him. He should have tried to keep Marina for at least a month or two, just to at least learn how the system works at Chelsea. He should have tried to keep Pitacek. He should have tried to keep these people that know how to run football. But instead, he came in with big dick energy, like Mike Molina said, and the outcome is what we have right now. We have a person that doesn't know how to run a football club, that doesn't even know football, who admittedly said that he got the transfer system wrong, which of course he would. And someone that kind of effectively axed out any sort of football influence that would have actually benefited him in the club. He has his hand on every single cookie jar. And the problem is, because of his arrogance, he can't let go.
Yeah.
I pray to God, if he does get Poch, he allows Poch to just do what he does. Because if he has an influence on what Poch does, he'll easily leave. Poch is not a guy that will stay around and allow someone else to manipulate him. We saw that at PSG. He literally stopped coaching.
KJ, you saw that at Tottenham.
Like literally.
He unceremoniously dismissed himself.
Exactly. So we're in so much danger if that happens. If that happens, best believe we're not thriving next season. We are in a prime point where we could, but if this guy doesn't take a step back, we're actually finished.
So and that's why those comments. That's why those comments from that thingy, the video that I watched of him at that conference. That's why it concerns me so much, because not only does he have the words, the actions have also spoken. You know, he has overstepped his boundaries. He hired Frank Lampard as an interim. Frank Lampard. I mean, that's one of many horrible decisions. That's just a
I think he's the worst manager in the Premier League.
He's the worst.
By far.
He's by far the worst.
He's a great player. Like he's
clueless.
a legend to Chelsea Football Club, but as a manager, he doesn't know.
Clueless.
KJ, so I want to say the one thing before we move on, because we have other topics, Arsenal, Newcastle, and definitely Napoli a little bit. But I would say that there are, like you were saying, that antithetical to being proactive is reactive, right? And what a reactive signing is, oh my God, we're losing Rudiger and Andres Christensen, so we got to go buy these guys. But I would say proactive signings that we have made: 1, Andre Santos; 2, Christopher Nkunku; 3, Malo Gusto; and I would say Enzo Fernandez is both a reactive and proactive signing. We needed him, but he's also going to be fabulous. And I guess Misha Mudryk as well. But the rest, man, they're weird signings. I like Madueke, but again, a lot of them are just we're filling a void instead of having someone primed and ready. So there is no void. So as soon as that person leaves, you replace them. Instead of the person leaves, there is a void, and then you have to scamper to replace them. So there's a difference there in the way that process works. And if you're proactive, you already know what you're going to do. Everything's ducks are lined up in a row, and you're ready to go for the next guy. It's okay if the person's leaving because we already have his replacement in line. I do think that the replacement for Mount is going to be Santos and maybe one other player. But, that's a proactive move. But moves like Koulibaly, Kukurea, those are reactive moves. The reactive moves. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I watch Andre Santos. He's not ready for the Premier League yet.
No, but he will be, though. But he will be.
No.
This is a long-term deal. By the way, I disagree with you on this.
No,
I disagree with you on this.
Years. He's a phenomenal talent, but for me, I think he needs 2 more years.
I don't agree.
I think you guys are going to regret getting rid of Mason Mount. I'll say it here.
So are you the one that wants him?
Take him. I'd gladly.
We're sending them over there with Basmati rice.
I'd gladly take him with.
But you got to take Johnny too. That's the deal. You got to take Johnny.
Too.
That's the one person I won't take.
You're gonna call him Melina Minerals, mate. Melina Minerals.
That guy stinks of piss, man.
He's terrible. I think there needs to be a new level of IQ for Johnny. Are you going into minus levels now? Because this guy just doesn't speak.
What's the opposite of Mensa for the intelligent quotient?
I don't know. Rinsa?
Jesus Christ. All right, well, let's talk about this because this is pertinent to the other clubs in the Big Six, even though I don't know what the fuck a Big Six means anymore.
Tottenham ain't in that shit.
Well, definitely. You have definitely replaced him. And so we have Mac Allister. Hilarious quote after the World Cup. He says, to his wife, "Hey, let's go fuck." I love that.
Argentina
I don't
is so
hate it.
crazy, man.
I don't hate it. But no, look, he's going to be going to Liverpool, so
Is
that
he?
means that might
Bellingham was supposed to go to Liverpool, though.
that did not
I've been
happen.
telling people for ages he's going to Real Madrid.
I
go
don't
to
trust.
Real
I don't trust no, but until the player signs with the club and it's on the social
Facts.
media, I
Yeah.
don't.
I mean,
It's fine, that's
Mount was supposed to be going to Liverpool like a couple of weeks
Exactly.
But this is
and
what I'm
Graham
asking.
Potter, Graham
You're not
Potter
gonna-
apparently had years, not months, and then he got sacked like an hour
You're
later.
not going to get. You're not going to get
You're not gonna
McAllister
get
and
him.
Mount. So
You're not
it
gonna
doesn't
get
make
him.
So
sense.
what I'm
Bellingham
asking,
was
this
supposed to go to
is
Liverpool.
this is it. This
So
is
do you
what
think
I'm
we have a
asking.
clear way for Mason Mount?
Yes.
Well, okay,
Of
so
course.
I'm trying to set the table here.
He
I put the
probably want
fork
to stay
down,
in London.
and I can't even put the plate down because y'all
Fuck
are
your
just
dinner, Carlito.
fucking
Fuck
walking
that.
all over my
Carlito,
goddamn
I'll put the tacos in the
God,
microwave.
all right,
Yo,
fuck
pork
me.
chop
Does
steak.
Arsenal and Newcastle want Mason Mount? There's the question.
No.
Goddamn, go
No.
eat, you
Newcastle,
animals.
I don't think so, but I'll take him
No.
gladly.
No,
Newcastle would take Mount, to be fair.
I see why. I
They're not
understand.
even
He
linking
kind
him
of.
though.
No. Neymar.
No, they want blonde Mount.
They
They
want
want
Neymar.
Neymar.
They
No.
went Neymar.
No to Mountain Gallagher. However, if Eddie Howe wants him, and Eddie Howe's been spectacular, fine. If he wants him, fine.
So
Because I don't know shit, and Eddie Howe
Liverpool
does.
Meth Mount too.
Huh?
Liverpool wants
Take
want
blue
Meth
Mount,
Mount.
green Mount.
Yeah, I heard
No.
Liverpool want him, but they're not going to get McAllister and Mason Mount. No way FSG will.
No.
Liverpool are
Meth
gonna have a bomb ass transfer window.
Gallagher. They went Gallagher.
Yeah, that's crazy, Gallagher.
Well, the way Klopp likes to press, and he likes those energy guys.
And you don't have to be a good footballer.
There
Yeah, at
you
least
go.
Gallagher has energy.
So Gallagher goes to Liverpool. Mason Mount goes to Arsenal with Declan Rice. I'm
I
loving
don't
that.
even think, guys. You all keep saying Declan
Declan Rice ain't
I don't
going to
see-
Arsenal.
I
Guys,
don't see
like,
that. I don't see that at
Mudryk
all.
was supposed to happen. We lost 2 transfer targets in the same.
Bruno
week.
Guimaraes was supposed to go to Arsenal.
Exactly.
And
Melina, how do you have
Supposed to
3D mids now? I mean, you got Jorginho, you got Thomas Partey for now.
Thomas Partey's going to be in
For
jail.
now.
Thomas Partey's me. Oh man.
You know, there was I think it was a Southampton game. I tweeted, they gave you freedom and liberty from jail, and this is what you do with your freedom.
You see, I told you she looks nice. She's the meanest. She's the meanest one. She's the meanest Arsenal fan there is. Troops, get the fuck out of here. DT, get the fuck out of here. It's Melina.
Frickin' the Nick, bro. Fucking pussy.
Oh my gosh.
Again, I think that, and this, since we're talking about Arsenal, there's a good time to bring my hot take to Melina.
Okay.
Okay, my hot take was that Arsenal will not make it out of the group stages in the Champions League, and they won't make top 4 next year.
Facts.
What? Wait, what?
This season is a
That's
fluke,
my
man.
hot take.
This Arsenal
Because-
season is a fluke.
Arsenal stinks of piss, bro.
Because you need 5 to 7 starters in your lineup.
No, but we'll sign players. This
No, no,
never
you
wins.
sure?
You don't need players. You need 5 to 7 starters.
No. That's what I mean. I don't want no squad players. I want starting Premier League proven players, and we're gonna sell.
They don't
all
need to
these
be Premier
bums.
League proven, to be fair.
Well, they
But
just
we're
need-
gonna
they don't
sell
need to
all
be
these
starting.
bums. Arteta prefers Premier League proven, and we saw it with the Mudryk Trossard thing. I guess the Mudryk thing didn't work out, so we went to Trossard because he fell out with Brighton, and something happened there. And then that was just the opportunity. And the same thing with Jorginho. Like Jorginho was available, and like we got him for a steal, 13 million.
You should have just
Um,
paid the money for Caicedo. That was
No, man,
dumbass
Jorginho's
move.
awesome.
But the
suck.
thing is, Steve, we wasted like 3.5 weeks of the transfer window
Yeah,
working for Mudryk, who then goes like Chelsea fly a plane over, get him there, and then bam, he signs.
it's
he's a
because
refugee
Edu isn't
at
good at
Chelsea
his
Football Club.
job. It's because
Yeah, and
Edu
this-
isn't
and-
good at his job.
And this is where Arsenal will ultimately flop and not keep ahead. You
Yeah.
cannot keep missing out on your first target.
I
all the
agree,
time
100%.
And keep this
Yeah.
level.
Because we'll
Especially
be left
when-
behind.
When you've
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
state money of Newcastle and City, which obviously Newcastle
Yeah.
are building because sponsorship wise they're not there yet. But once they are there sponsorship wise, they're going to hit you like a ton of bricks. All this all this smart £35 million buying now, that's just because that's all they can do right now.
Rafinha,
as soon as it's ready, they will blow the market. Trust us. Manchester City, obviously, a city. We don't know what's going on with United at the moment. If the Qataris come in, that's another state money.
They aren't. Don't worry about them.
Let's see what happens.
Right. You're trying to be fair. I get it.
Chelsea obviously spending lots of money. Eventually, I'm hoping they're going to get it right. Yeah. And that's already starting to leave Arsenal. Arsenal behind.
And before you get too mad, Melina, that's my same prediction.
I'm not mad. I agree 100%.
For Man United too.
Oh yeah, Man United are gonna. It's
Man
just
United
like
have a lot more to work with, and they've been working for Qataris for such a long time. They're not getting Qataris. It looks like they're not getting Qataris.
Swerving this a bit. Do you remember when all the Chelsea fans were saying, "Oh, Jim Ratcliffe is going to be great for Chelsea football"?
Yeah.
It'd be so much better than Bowley.
Okay, your friends may have been saying that.
Yeah,
Matthew.
your friends.
Not us.
I don't have any friends.
What do you guys thought of those?
This was a big thing on Twitter about.
You guys probably made up a song at the pub. Oh, Jim Ratcliffe. Oh, he's one of us. Even though he's a United fan. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I actually think it's great if he goes in and destroys Man United. I'll give him a medal for that. But it's just laughable because he's actually just. By the way, one thing I don't get with this whole Bowley thing is why he gets compared to the Glazers.
He's nothing like the Glazers.
Because he's literally the complete opposite.
It's the extremes is the problem.
It's American. It's American. So
no, it's not that the Glazers don't spend. It's that they just in this short amount of time. Here's
the difference between the Glazers and Todd Bowley. Number one, the Glazers take profits out of
dividends.
Yes. Not only that, they also put their own debt into the club.
They bought the Chelsea.
Yeah, they literally bought it on margin.
And it's been in debt since that day.
They bought it on margin. It's ridiculous. And then you have Bowley, who's, there's no debt in it, and they can't take any money out. So, I don't care about the whole American thing. Erase that because it's the only reason that there's a comparison. When we're talking about fundamental finance, they're the complete opposite. The complete opposite.
And also involvement. Glazers aren't fucking saying crazy shit every other hour. Yeah. They're there strictly for the money. Bowley, it looks like, if you disagree, fine. It's a I want to prove that I can just walk into Europe and run a club and be amazing. It's an ego thing, kind of.
Of course it is. It's American.
Yeah. I don't think he's running the club. That's the problem.
Yeah.
At this point, he's not running the club.
He's the figurehead. He's a public. It's like Joe Biden. He's not actually the president. He's the face out there.
No politics. No politics.
No, I was just using.
Can't do it.
I was just using an example.
Can't do it. I'm sorry. Believe me. I'm sorry.
Just an example.
Can't do it.
An example.
Can't do it.
I said this morning. If you think this guy is running the day-to-day operations of the club, running around and doing all the scouting, signing all the players.
No, he definitely ain't doing
that. How many hours in a day do you think this guy is awake? I mean, it had to be 20.
No. It's Paul West Stanley. It's West Stanley. It's Vivell. It's all these guys.
With Tuchel.
We have the people in place to do all of this stuff.
And you're taking a couple key bumps over there, Steve? What do we got going on here, brother?
I'm just doing the Tuchel.
Okay, gotcha.
and if we would go back to the gun comparison we made at the beginning, Vivell, Paul Winstanley, Stewart, and all them, they are the safety in the summer. The problem with Chelsea is we were firing that gun because we had no safety. Marina was the safety that was pulled off, and Bowley had nothing to do. He automatic rifle, boom, 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 getting every of these players. Scattergun approach, transfer goal. There you go. Vivell was coming. You put the safety on, and now we're starting to get a bit smarter. It didn't work out, and we were a bit unlucky with Pulisic getting injured in the January transfer window when we all knew he was about to go. Ziyech and the dodgy fax machine, whatever went on was there, and then Everton coming in with a 45 million bid that they didn't even have. That for me is not not the fault of Chelsea whatsoever. That's just just unfortunate coincidences where we wouldn't have had at least 3 players less. Should have been
If you
more.
guys don't get Pochettino, sorry, who do you think you're gonna get? If
it's gonna be Pochettino.
We should just relegate ourselves, man.
No. I don't want to hear.
It's not confirmed.
I don't want to hear that you're gonna get Poch, motherfucker. You were supposed to get Nagelsmann. Yeah,
I mean, don't
You're
motherfucker
supposed
me
to
here.
get
I mean, I
Nagelsmann.
think I never said Nagelsmann.
Weren't you supposed to get Luis fucking Enrique?
Well,
No.
okay.
To be
let me
fair,
address this.
it was their preference,
No.
though. They
The
never
two
said
people
they
that we
Chelsea
do
said
the
no thank
podcast
you.
with, the two people that I do the podcast with are Fraud Ball and Uncle Old Ass Jared. All right, we do the podcast. Oh yeah, I'm coming hot tonight. And I said initially, I was like, Julian Nagelsmann, too young. I want Luis Enrique. And Julian Nagelsmann went in like a classic fucking millennial and said, I don't want to compete for the job. I just want you to give me the job because I'm Julian Nagelsmann and I say clever shit in interviews. That's what he wanted. And they're like, that's not happening. You have to go through the vetting process.
Basically, he had a strong personality and they couldn't control him.
Yeah,
No,
but he pulled the millennial
no.
bullshit. He
No.
pulled the millennial bullshit, and they were like, all right, well, you're gone.
Yeah, like
This is
in life,
another thing that needs to go.
unless you are Pep, you are Mourinho, you are Klopp.
Ancelotti.
You've got to go, Ancelotti maybe. You've got to go in for interviews. You're not this big man yet. You might think you're a big man, but you're not it yet. And this is where, I as Carlito rightly said, I wanted Nagelsmann. I thought he'd be a great fit for the team. Worked with Vivell before. I think he'd work well with the team. But you can't turn up to the table and go, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want the job now. You got to go through the criteria, big man. You've got to go through the vetting process. We've got to make sure you are the right man, and you're just going to have to suck up and wait. Now, if you want to go to Tottenham and waste your career there, be my guest. Be my guest.
Well,
For
you
me,
can't come.
for
you can't
me,
come
that's
with a big-
dodging a bullet.
Yeah, you can't come with a big dick energy and pack 3 inches. You just
At
can't
the
do
same
that.
time, I don't actually what Nagelsmann did. I actually understand. I can see why he did it. You guys are presenting yourselves like a joke. Why should he take? You know what I'm saying? Like
Because he's 35. Because he's 35, and this is Chelsea.
yeah, and Bowley is saying you're going to beat Real Madrid 3-0. It's two clowns talking to each
Hold
other.
on.
The other one saying your fucking shoes look dumber.
Steven, respectfully.
I'm saying with
Yes.
all due respect.
With all due respect, I've been in these rooms with. I'm not talking about Chelsea, but corporations. Hold on, let me speak. And where I've been in these rooms, and I've asked for these marketing, campaigns and these dollars. Yeah. You can't go in there and say, "All right, so this is what I want." Okay, you have to play the game. You have to, because these are serious people, regardless of whether you think they are or not.
They ain't presenting themselves like serious people.
They were not the ones in the fucking room. All right, it was with Stanley, it was Vivell. All right, it was those guys, and I have to say, I cannot imagine that it went over well with people that are all older than Nagelsmann. He's like, yeah, just give me the job. Like, that's not happening, dude. It's not happening. I'm Nagelsmann's age. I would have never done that. But I can't fucking believe
you're not
Julian
fucking Nagelsmann. You haven't been managing for fucking 9 years. Obviously.
No, you're right. I managed for 12.
Plebs.
I managed for 12. But okay, gotcha. No,
you
I know what
manage
you're
Tottenham,
saying.
man. It's different.
Now,
I don't blame for me. I don't blame.
I do because that is the wrong.
Because you guys have not presented yourselves as professional. And he thought he could kind of.
What if you didn't present it?
We didn't present ourselves as professional.
That's true. Like,
you've been a joke the whole season.
No, but Steve, maybe if Nagelsmann gave us 5 minutes to discuss what the future plan was, maybe he'd understand. But he didn't even give us that chance. He just gone, no.
But shouldn't you have done that before getting Lampard again after sacking Graham Potter because he was not good enough? You should have done this like after getting rid of Potter, not bringing in Lampard again.
This is why I said to people when Potter was doing, yes, bad, but was better than what we are now. I said, be careful what you wish for. I would have rather Potter worked to the end of the season. You've got time then to make the deal.
Was that you or was that you or we? You
hindsight
and
has hit your fan base.
Carlito, you were flipping like a coin.
Yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker!
No, Carlito. No,
No,
Carlito. You were saying
It won't be like being Sandal.
Hold on, I'm
Go
gonna
on,
do Carlito right here. All right. Yes, I'm Potter in. Looks at the lineup as P. Oh, Potter out.
That's fact. That is a fact. That's a fireable offense. KJ, back me up on this. If Aspi starts, that's a fireable offense. It's a fireable offense.
Listen.
Header back to the goalie? Are you kidding me? Dude, Jesus almost just creaked in. Unbelievable.
And guess what, Carlito? You've got someone in that now is starting as P even more.
That's wonderful, Matt.
Thank God for that.
Well done. Thank you, Carlito.
Fucking asshole.
I wanted Big Sam. So
you wanted who?
It's the big
Sam
salami,
Allardyce.
baby.
Fucking Sam Allardyce.
You want to lose Enrique? Come on,
Big
Jared.
Sam.
No, I wanted
No,
Sam
no,
Allardyce.
Well, that's not
It's been
true.
match
You
fixing to
wanted
the bridge.
Luis Enrique.
Actually, Jared did say this on the podcast.
Yeah, I do remember that. To be fair.
Hey, by the way,
Big
Jared,
time.
did you hear what he was asked today? He's like, if you had Man City's players, would you be gunning
Yes,
for the
he said
trouble
he'd be
too?
as
He's
good
like,
as that.
fuck yeah, I would. By the way, I believe he was given the England job. He only plays this way because of the personnel. Like, if he had better players, there would be better football. He's a smart guy. He's been around a while.
Look, for me, is when they sacked Potter and they didn't have a replacement, I wanted Julian Nagelsmann. I was told he couldn't come in.
Yeah, I remember that.
The person I wanted to take over was Sam Allardyce, better known, aka the Big Cracker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you have a tummy ache, all you need is some crackers, and nobody's a bigger cracker than Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah,
be
one more
agreeing with him, KJ.
Say it one more
No. We're making racist jokes against ourselves.
What
here, man.
about Dice? What about Dice? Could have got
He's
Dice too.
no,
Actually,
he's a
KJ,
ginger.
you can do it too, buddy.
Yeah.
Ginger, yeah.
Guys,
no
you're
choice.
scoring
Can't do
own goals here. What's going on?
Yep.
The big cracker.
I am
That is
not
amazing.
commenting here. This is not
Hey,
my.
that is a great line. Okay.
That is
Jared,
towing
that's
the line.
Fucking incredible,
Sure.
man.
Just the big Sammy. I love the photo of him with the big Subway sandwich. That's the best.
But he would have been perfect to see out the year because he
Yes.
wasn't going to try to make it his team. He was just going to put people in the best position to
Yeah.
do what they do.
To pick up 40 points.
And that's
all
actually
we wanted.
where I'm worried. That's actually where I'm worried because Frank is making it his team. He's managing this team like he's doing it long term. And that's what's pissing me off.
Well, that's him because he thinks he's smarter than everybody else, and his
He
ego
really does.
is bigger than his.
That's
Okay,
madness.
How could you leave out Felix for unknown reasons?
Because he doesn't work hard, according to him.
he doesn't press.
Like, how does that make sense? What are you doing?
Did
Your
Aubameyang
presses.
press? Did Aubameyang press against Arsenal?
No, he had
No.
fucking six kicks since kickoff. 4 of them from kickoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Touches
I mean,
on
I
goal.
watched him,
What's
dude.
the-
I watched him, Melina. I
Embarrassing.
watched him play. He didn't go up for headers. Matt made the comment in the group chat. He's like, Aubameyang's not going up for headers. What is this? Aubameyang's 6'1". Like, what are you doing?
It's called
He
you
wasn't
ain't trying.
No, like
mean,
I feel bad for him just only because of the fact that he did a lot for us when he signed for us, but now
He's
you
the
can't
only
even
reason
recognize-
Arteta's in a job, by the way.
Yeah, you can't even recognize him. Like he single-handedly helped us win FA Cup in Arteta's
Yeah.
first season.
Melina, is he
And-
not just
and-
doing this to himself?
I don't
be
know.
fair,
I don't know if it's a mentality thing. I think he's genuinely finished in the Premier League,
I mean,
and
to be
it looks
fair,
like he's
to
gonna
be-
go back to
to-
Barcelona. The only
be fair,
reason he
I-
came to Chelsea was because he got robbed in Barcelona and couldn't stay there, so he had to come back to London. And the club that
Yeah.
offered him like a job was Chelsea.
But I think to be fair as well, I think he saw Tuchel was there. He's worked well with Tuchel before, and thought, why not? And then suddenly, what? After
The next
playing
day?
40 minutes
After Dinamo Zagreb beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one game of Tuchel, and he's gone. And it's like
Madness.
Aubameyang must be thinking, what the fuck have I done? After 6 fucking days, it's the quickest anyone's fucking regretted anything. It's just
Yeah.
for me that was the one thing that just mind blown me, and that's why I can understand what. And I still don't. I think if Aubameyang played more, I don't think he'd be as bad as others. I still think Carlito's going to hate me for this. Carlito's going to hate me for this, would have done a better job than Kai Havertz if he played all season.
Oh, facts.
100%.
That's ridiculous.
And
That's
even
ridiculous. You're on track.
even that game where he got 6 touches last night, that's after not playing for
Hold on.
starting
How long?
3-4 months.
Matt, are you saying that
And he
just
still looks
because
better than Kai Havertz?
just because
So-
Aubameyang's playing that means that Havertz can't? Why not? Why couldn't they both play together?
I'm not saying they can't play together.
I mean,
but-
Havertz played great with
But
Werner. Havertz actually played really well when Lukaku first started
with
here.
Werner,
Yeah, but Carlito, we don't
does
play
have
2
a
up
point.
front. So
No, Havertz
Irrelevant.
can play attacking mid. Havertz can play wing.
Yeah.
He can
Oh,
do
no,
a bunch of shit.
No, he can't play wing. No.
That is such a fallacy. He did it for Leverkusen. He did it all the time.
Carlito, one thing. Let me finish.
That was years ago, but all right.
I don't mind. Wouldn't mind Aubameyang and Havertz playing together in terms of different positions. I'm talking about compare up front. Aubameyang would do a better job.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm saying is that Kai Havertz has always been a second striker. That is his position. Everybody says, "What's your position?" His position is second striker. It's a 9.5, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I mean,
It's a second striker.
I'd argue he's just been a purple patch player.
Poch doesn't
Okay,
play,
that's nice. That's nice, Matt. Thank you for that.
Play 9.5 though.
Actually, Harry Kane is quite literally a 9.5.
What? You can't compare Havertz and Kane. You're joking, right?
No, what I'm talking about, the way
You're
that Harry
fucking
Kane
joking,
plays.
right?
Oh, hold on a second there, buddy.
So
Hold on.
he plays
Go on,
like a 10.
Carlito. Sorry, go on.
Hold on a second. All right,
So he
let's
plays like a
speed.
10.
Let's relax just a little bit here.
So he
All
plays
right.
like a 10.
He dips in and distributes and is a creator as much as he is someone that gets through balls, the way that a traditional striker would. Because guess what? He doesn't play like a traditional striker. He plays like a creator that scores goals. So yes, he is a 9.5.
So he plays like
Want
a
to
10.
know why? Because I used to scout strikers like this. These are the
Bro,
types
he
of
was
players
good
that
at
I would sign.
Leverkusen. I'm not saying he
I'm
wasn't.
talking about
I
Kane.
love
I'm
Bundesliga.
talking about Kane.
Okay.
Talking about
Yeah.
Kane. Kane literally dips into the midfield to collect the ball,
Yeah.
plays it wide,
Yeah.
and then underlaps inside and gets it back. That is not what a typical striker does. That's why I call him the 9.5. So relax, Steve, because I did have a point. Don't
I
interrupt
just
me.
heard
I'm
Kane
making a
and
fucking
Havertz,
point.
and I was like, brother, whoa. Hey,
So,
I
in the
bet
modern-
I was
in
doing
the
a
modern
bully.
game,
I was
wouldn't you consider that a 10?
reactionary.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
No
Sorry,
shit,
go on.
Bowley. Steve Bowley.
Strip
All
club
right.
money.
Are you doing that or are you cleaning the coke off your fingers? All right, what do we got, KJ?
What is going on? What is happening here?
Anything is going on. Anything, bro.
But
All right,
what
what
do
do you got?
you consider that just a 10? I'm so confused.
Look, the way I see Harry Kane is just a guy that a number 9 that doesn't play up top. He runs around, does whatever he wants.
Would that be a triquista?
Trequartista.
Tricotista, yeah. Well, that's
God.
what
Here we
Zidane
go.
was, but Zidane had a striker.
Football manager terms coming all right now.
Oh no. Oh yeah. This is all that jargon. Oh yeah, all that jargon.
Well, Harry Kane wouldn't play like that if he didn't have to be the creator because they suck.
Yeah, that's facts.
Their midfield is shit. If he doesn't create, nobody will.
The midfield does absolutely zero creativity.
So I mean, you have Højbjerg and
Skip.
Skip and-
Bentancur is good, but
But
not
he's
a
injured, isn't he?
creator. Yeah, he's got an ACL.
So
Bentancur's amazing. All right, here we go. I got to do this one from Shernath, friend of the program. I guess he had a wicked case of the bubble guts. Couldn't be here tonight, but we
Jesus.
love him, and he'll be back soon. None would work with Chelsea if they're relegated. Oh, it's a fact. Whoever is coming has their work cut out for them. Big up to the panel. Keep the blue flag flying high. God, that is a phrase that London is Blue podcast uses, so I won't use it. Yeah, look, I hear you on the relegated thing because I mean, there's probably a wage cap in the championship, so you wouldn't even be able to afford these players. And now they would all leave. They would call their agents immediately. We're not going to get relegated. That you guys need to drop that.
Hey, until it's mathematically clear.
Man City are not losing 3 of their 5 games.
No, I mean, guys, let's relax on that. But at the same time,
I wouldn't be surprised if they do it on purpose. Just
yeah, but I do like now they won't. No, and
No,
lose,
I'm just
and lose
kidding.
the
I'm
Premier
kidding.
League.
I'm kidding.
Lose the Premier League to Arsenal? I don't think so. With Arteta, with his Botox face and his bullshit
To be
hair
fair,
gel.
Pep
Get
could
out of
lose
here.
the league this year, but if
Can't
they win
hear
the
you
UCL,
from
I'll
12. Can't hear you from 12.
Hey, Melina,
It's
you
fine.
know
It's
Arteta's
fine.
got Botox up the ass on that forehead. He doesn't move. He makes all these facial expressions, but his forehead doesn't move. Come on now.
We did win the same amount of trophies this year, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say that.
We're not done the league. We're not done the league. Guys,
hold it.
when we win this league, I will be so fucking
Win what
unbearable.
league? Win what
When we
league?
win this
Whoa.
Premier
What
League
league?
of 2022,
What league?
2023, I will be
Oh,
so
she's
fucking unbearable.
delusional.
And Sadiq will have to give me my own show for that day. That whole
Mel,
Hey,
you know what?
thank you,
Whatever,
thank you,
you know,
thank you.
Mel. I hope you feel this way after Sunday. All right.
but no,
I really,
we're
really
gonna-
do.
Oh, Newcastle
Who
gonna
you
spank
playing?
y'all.
Who you playing Sunday? Oh, are you guys playing Newcastle?
Yes.
Yes.
St. James
Oh,
Park.
you watching that?
Lovely.
We doing a live stream on that one?
And it's at
Of
St.
course,
James's
of course,
Park.
Jared. You can
It's
see
at
a
St.
team score
James's
goals.
Park.
It's not
Hey,
Chelsea.
Melina, what are you saying? You want to join the live stream?
Oh, we're here. It's not none of your teams. What are you talking about? You're gonna do a Newcastle Arsenal.
oh,
What's
this for you.
about
We're
that?
not doing that
You
shit. Get the
also
fuck
put-
out of here, Steve.
He's doing it, though.
go do that on
I
Sarcasm
think
City,
Steve's
man.
doing
Not
watch
here.
along. Steve, I think he's doing a watch along.
Are you gonna watch along, Steve?
I'm doing it with Tony Claude Gunner.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
I'm doing it at.
Is that Diet Lee Gunner? What do we got here, bro?
No.
No.
That's my brother. That's a good guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
alright.
he's a real one.
He's
He's
certified.
he's a
I'll-
Nigerian guy.
As
who
a
lives
side
in,
note, let me ask this question,
yeah.
Melina, because I know nothing about this person. The only thing I've ever seen of Lee Gunners was a reaction.
Well, I'm
video.
doing a video with him tomorrow.
Hold
for
on.
Newcastle
When
preview.
DT went to jail, it's the only video I've ever seen of Lee Gunner. So what's the deal with Lee Gunner?
Damn.
Is he hated?
I don't know. It's like the minerals of
No,
minerals.
no. He's nowhere near the mineral.
I
No.
love League Gunner. I'm subscribed to his channel. I love it.
League
I think he's just very blunt. Like he says it as it is.
Lee
and
Lee
I like
Gunner
it.
does not compare Mason Mount to the
How
GOAT
is
of the
that any
sport,
different than
Johan
Matt Ball?
Cruyff.
How is Lee Gunner any different than Matt Ball then?
What?
Broad ball.
They're both blunt. They're both assholes. I mean,
Matt
God.
Ball.
Fraud
Matt
ball.
Ball is this guy.
Oh,
No,
It's this
I-
guy.
I'm the League Gunner of Chelsea football. That's what it is. Because he speaks nothing.
Bye,
but the truth.
Carlito.
yes, exactly, gestures. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he all he wants is for his team to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all.
if something's wrong with that, I don't want to be right. Again, what's wrong with him having passion? He's been it's different when you get up in age and you've experienced a lot of things and you've seen
Your standards
things
are
happen
different.
over and over and over
Yeah.
again. You get a different take on things when you're
Mhm.
not young and you think everything has to be the way you want it. He
Yeah.
wants his team to win, and he
Yeah.
doesn't care what that looks
How
like. If
what's
that means
done.
firing Arteta and getting another guy in, then do that.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I mean, to hate somebody because he has an opinion that differs from you is really terrible.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean,
We're not talking about Johnny Minerals, are we?
no. we're not.
No. No. And to be fair, Johnny Minerals can have whatever the hell opinion he wants. I don't hate the guy.
Yeah, I
He
don't
just
hate
says
Johnny
he
either.
just says funny shit sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's a
also
funny
said some-
guy.
Well, he made an interesting comment about Lukaku today that
I heard
it
that.
treaded some water
Were you
there, my
there?
brother.
What did he say?
Nah, it
What's
doesn't
he
matter. It
What's
doesn't
he
matter.
done now?
If he said it,
Oh.
you might as well not bring it up because it probably gets.
Well, the thing
Cancel.
is that
No,
the thing
this
is
channel will
that
get
Johnny.
taken down if we
Look,
say
like,
it.
as someone that has flirted in some dangerous waters, Johnny has too. Now, look, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt unless he continues to do it. But the thing that I don't like about Johnny is that he is such an internet person. And what I mean is that look, can I finish? Okay. He is always looking for a solution to his anger. He is looking for someone to blame. And whenever something bad happens, he's always going to say, God damn it, I really want to point my finger at something. And if it's not this, then it has to be this. And if it's not this, then it has to be this. There's no nuance. There's no objective thinking. There's no outside looking in saying, is this more of a systemic problem or is this more of an immediate minor problem? What is really going on there? No. As soon as Mason Mount was benched, he said, I need a fucking boogeyman. And since Potter was gone, Tuchel was gone, he's like, Bowley, there's my next one. He's always just looking for the next person to direct his anger at. And that, to me, is someone that is void of any critical thinking or proper discernment at all. He's just pissed, and he doesn't know where to put his pissed. That's
correction. I'll change that. Instead of void of critical thinking, just void of thinking in general.
Yeah, but critical thinking is what I'm striving for. So when it's not that, you at least have to think. I don't even think he has that either. So you're right on that one, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny.
That's crazy.
Johnny. I mean,
hey, KJ, are we wrong, KJ?
This is the part where we segue and shout out the podcast. Listen on Spotify, WorldWideChels.
That's the part. That's the part.
All right. Up the Chels. Oh, Melina. Okay. Thank you, Miss Melina.
Are we talking Arsenal Newcastle?
All right, let's talk about it.
Hey, this will be the best game this week.
We're going to talk about it after I collect my 3 points at St. James Park. Let's talk about
it.
Oh, okay. Let's go now.
So, Melina, I do want to ask you.
I feel so bad for you, Mel.
Because Martin Odegaard got into the team of the season.
Yes, but
as
no
well as I believe.
No Martinelli.
Was it Gabby and him, and then was there another?
No,
one?
it's Rashford.
Okay,
Marcus and Casemiro.
Right.
Marcus and Casemiro on 2 red cards.
Yeah. So number one, do you think the way that I think that Martin Odegaard is player of the season?
100% player of the season for me. He's a baller. Best ACM in the league.
No. He's the best attacking mid in the world.
Not for me.
There's a guy named Holland, and he's broken the scoring record.
I care about football. I don't care about goals.
Who's Holland? I said players, not robots.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. He might be a robot, but he's playing on the pitch, so he will be player of the season.
Why do they pay Holland so much money? Because
I don't know if you guys all saw it.
Football.
The team of the season
play as much as KDB.
is Ramsdale, Trippier, Saliba, Ruben Diaz, Zinchenko, KDB, Casemiro, Odegaard, Mohamed Salah, Holland, and Marcus Rashford.
Okay,
see, for me, I would have put Ben White in front of.
So do you really think that Zinchenko and Mo Salah deserve to be in that team?
No, I wouldn't have put Zinchenko in there. I don't know who
that is wild. Salah
scored goals, but he's been playing like ass.
He's been terrible.
No Martinelli, no Saka. I don't know. And Casemiro, what has Casemiro done? 2 red cards.
No, Casemiro's been good, but yes, Rodri. Rodri is the correct
Prime said he's
choice.
about to join. Shout out to Prime.
What about Bruno Guimaraes? I mean, come on.
No, Bruno G's been fucking great this year.
Bruno's amazing.
But he's more of an 8 than a sitting 6.
No, but he does. No, but Jared, I'm telling you,
no, he does the work.
He sits in front of that back. Yeah, he actually, I believe him and Joe Wellington lead the team in tackles, interceptions.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's a misnomer that he's some 8. No, dude.
No, bro, he could play. He could play anywhere in midfield.
He plays
6, 8, or 10. You could play 6, 8, or 10.
But
he's a really good player.
miss his creativity going forward.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why we're looking for a DM so we can get Bruno more forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he could play as a 6.
But Jared, what he's saying is that what Steve is saying is that Bruno has been playing some D mid for sure.
Right. But so does Enzo play D mid for us. We'd rather have him go forward.
Yeah, Prime. Come on, brother. Oh,
it takes away all his
I think he said he's joining soon.
Yeah, I love Prime.
Yeah, let him in
Prime. He's bringing them Prime cuts. What's up, Prime? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Hi, Prime.
Balancing the book.
He's gonna say something like, "Can you hear me?" He always enters like that.
No. I think he's gonna speak in haikus too.
I don't like. They make the votings for these Player of the Year awards back in like February, right?
Yeah.
So if you're judging it based off up until February, then I guess the team is somewhat right.
I feel like Botman should get in a center back, to be fair. If you have the best defense in the league and then you buy a guy from Lille who's extremely talented and he slots right in.
Who's 2 center backs?
Cher and Botman. Oh, sorry.
I mean, it was Saliba and Diaz.
Yeah.
Ruben Diaz, yeah.
I think they swung and missed on that.
Melina, how wild is that? Saliba wasn't. I mean, he was a loan guy a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, he was on loan 3 times till he
Saint-Etienne, Nice, and Olympique de Marseille. Yep.
I mean,
Melina. That's actually coaching.
And he was class in every single one of those seasons.
I can't hear you because Steve keeps yelling.
Sorry, I love Ligue 1. My bad.
Yeah, well, Steve, you love every league. My God. All right, so Molina, I feel as though
he's a league sexual.
Saliba, his improvement, I do have to put a little bit. Obviously, I'm always gonna if a player improves, I'm always gonna give player the most credit. But because that it should be that way. But I also got to give Arteta some credit for maybe encouraging him, because as soon as he came back from loan, Arteta's like, oh, I love this player. And I kept remembering the things that he was saying about Saliba. Or he's like, oh, yeah, this is a really good player. Like, we're going to keep him. We're going to sign him. He's going to get a long-term deal. And I do feel like that type of confidence, both publicly and I'm sure privately, that absolutely makes you a better player, because it encourages you to work more outside of training. And, really
a lot of people actually said we weren't going to keep him and that Arteta had agendas against him and we were going to get rid of him, like Guendouzi and Pepe and the rest of A to Z that we got rid of. People thought Saliba wasn't going to have a future at Arsenal right now. He hasn't put pen to paper as of yet for a new contract, but it looks like he's going to
But it's coming.
Stay. Yeah, I think he'll stay.
Okay. I think that's manager reinforced, though. I do think
just on a side note, before we talk about Newcastle, people often like to, how do I say it? Like what Matt did to Kai Havertz and Aubameyang there. Why are you discrediting one player just to hype up another player? You can appreciate both of them. Like you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so for us, people say Gabriel Magalhaes. Like people discredit the work that Gabriel Magalhaes does, often the work of a two-man's job, because of Rob Holding's inefficiencies as a footballer, and over credit Saliba in this team. I often feel like Gabriel Magalhaes is not given his cigars enough from certain fan base. Certain fans in my fan base.
Gabby Magalhaes has been wonderful for you.
Yeah, I think he's been a baller.
Yeah. He has a bozo gene in him, but it's been way less prevalent. It's been way less prevalent this year.
When you play,
you can say that about a lot of our players, though, Steve.
When you play with a better center back, I mean, he helps
makes you better.
The bozo gene. So.
Makes you better, of course.
Imagine that.
Gabriel's from the bozo, bro.
So if you play with a better DM, would your midfield be better?
When we get Declan Rice, who's very good defensively and with miles clear of Thomas Partey,
Jesters, we're talking about center back. We're talking about center back.
Oh, I'm just asking, does that work for midfielders?
I guess
the logic. Jesters is applying the logic.
Well, if you get a DM, would your midfield be better?
Like a more experienced.
No, I don't think it just. I don't think it just works like that. No, I think you need team structure.
Okay.
Yeah. So because Arsenal have had Partey for 3 seasons and he's apparently world class. But last season
he is not world class. He's a world class fraud. That's what he is.
And last season, the season before, Arsenal were all over the place. So
we got a mobile Matt. What's going on here, Matt?
I know.
Yeah.
Also, are we gonna speak on? Are we speaking on Chelsea players? Are we speaking on Lizzo?
We were gonna do the Arsenal Newcastle.
we could go
game.
Jesus Christ. This guy say Lizzo.
Are we speaking on Lizzo?
I can't tell if you're talking about Raheem Sterling.
Oh my God! Why is talking about Reece James? He's talking about
you got Kim K, Raheem Sterling, and then Lizzo James, bro.
Oh no! Oh, Prime. I was not primed for that joke. Oh my God!
I don't see. I thought we were talking about Chelsea players, and I mentioned the Chelsea.
We were. We can do the Bournemouth Chelsea preview if you want.
Okay, Bournemouth 3-0 win.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck off.
Bournemouth won't beat us.
What?
No, they'll beat us 1-0. They won't beat us 3.
All right. So let me ask this question, Prime. Why you call Reece James fat? What's going on here, Prime? What are we doing, dog?
I don't.
What's going on here, dog?
I don't call him fat, but he's obese Reece for a reason.
Oh man,
he's not fat. He's just big bones.
What's wrong with being
Jesters?
He's like an NFL. He's like an NFL offensive lineman.
Jesters. I'm fat as well. That's what I used to say growing up. I'm big bone. No, I'm just fat. I'm just fat. Let's just be real.
I was quoting Cartman, but you know.
And listen, that's not me saying anything against Reece. I think he's the best fullback in the league and one of the best in the world. But lose some weight. That's all I say.
Yeah,
You
fair
know,
enough.
I think the thing is that dude, he's so powerful, but like he keeps getting injured. I mean, there may be something to it.
I think
No,
Todd Bowley
I'm
thinks he's
joking.
Ezekiel
No,
Elliott.
I'm
But didn't he
obviously
not
I'm
have
obviously
that surgery? Didn't he not have that surgery he wanted to do before though? Or like he didn't
I'm
do
obviously
properly?
joking. I'm obviously joking about the weight thing. The
Yes.
injuries
He hasn't
are
got
an issue. I think he should have got the surgery before the World Cup and then
Yeah.
just took the rest of the season off. But he wanted to
Yeah.
play in the World Cup. He went, I think, didn't get games, and then they delayed the surgery for him to play
Yeah.
against Dortmund. We went through just for him to play against Real Madrid, play poorly in the first leg, and we get knocked out. It's been the second half of the season for him has been a waste when he could have recovered now and been ready to go.
So,
next season.
timeline wise, KJ Prime is he gonna be ready for preseason?
No.
Oh no, he's far from.
No,
He's far
I
from it.
don't think he'll be back till August.
And then by
September,
ready, I
February.
don't mean he can go to training. I
You
mean
mean firing?
I mean
gym,
fit.
physio.
I mean fit.
Oh no, he won't. He won't.
What's
be
the
fit.
surgery for again?
I
Hamstring.
think it's
It's liposuction, but anyway.
Oh,
it's,
jeez, this fucking asshole.
Listen, honestly, we have I think for James,
Malo Gusto.
We have Malo Gusto. We have the better fullback. There's no need to rush Reece back.
I partially think that's
Fine.
also why we didn't get the surgery before the end of the season anyway, because we have if we gave James a surgery, it would have been Aspi for the rest of the season, Carlito. So you don't want that.
Listen, Matt,
I would have missed all the games, Matt. I would have missed all the games.
Matt, we're losing games anyway, so like, whether it's Reece or Aspie,
yes,
we
but
lose
I don't
2-0,
want-
we lose 3-0.
I don't want Carlito to get an aneurysm from just seeing Aspi on every single
Oh
game.
wow, you guys still have to
Wait,
play Man
Carlito,
City. I didn't even realize.
Matt, if Carlito getting an aneurysm is what we have to
and United.
sacrifice.
Oh, and Newcastle. Oh my gosh.
Matt, if Carlito getting an aneurysm is what we have to sacrifice for Reece James to be fit and firing, I'm risking it. I don't know.
I'm with it too. I'm with it too. I'm with it too.
Yeah.
I'm risking.
Just no Aspie. Just play cello butt cheeks. Right there, man.
Well, apparently,
Also-
some of the Chelsea fans, he's better than Fofana. So
He's a perfectly fine backup.
Who's better than
more
Fofana?
nothing
Can't wait for
less.
Chalobah to get
according
sold.
to
I mean, Fofana is an elite player, man. Fofana's elite, bro. Come on.
He's on his way to becoming elite.
I love Fofana. He's an awesome player. He's got a great attitude. He's fast.
Melina,
He's great.
can we talk
Man,
about
Carlito, I have a
Arsenal?
problem
What
with
is
keep
this?
throwing around that word, man.
These last few weeks, what is this lack of mentality I've seen from Arsenal?
Yeah, I know. Well, like I said earlier on here, some of our players, specific midfielder, had freedom and liberties from jail and decides to stink up the grass in the last 3 games.
I'll tell you what's happened. The bottle that was previously underneath
The league
White Hart
isn't
Lane.
over yet, though. The league.
Hold on.
Listen, when we
No.
league,
I didn't. No,
It's
Melina.
gone.
I'm not saying the league is over. I'm making the point of
I did not defect to Chelsea.
Melina. I'm not talking about the league being over. I'm making the point of
Mentality.
the whole season. Arsenal fans have been saying how great the team is and everything, which is fine.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, you draw against Liverpool, and Arsenal fans are scared and saying City will overtake them and stuff and which has led to the results these last few weeks. My point being, I don't get the switch in mentality from Arsenal fans.
I think first of all, I think the mentality is it's not just the fan base, it's the players. Like a lot of the players gave up and switched off. It seems like a lot of these players are a shadow of themselves and don't turn up in big games. People overhype our players and put them on a pedestal and in conversations they should never be in. For example, Thomas Partey. People were telling me Thomas Partey is better than Rodri. Delusion, smoking crack.
Martinelli.
I don't encourage or condone that behavior, by the way. People were putting players in conversations they should never be in. And but anyway, going on to the Liverpool game, and then to do the same thing against West Ham, to be 2-0 up comfortably and then draw like that. It's not the fact that we drew, it's the way in which we drew, the manner in which we drew. We were 2-0 up, had a comfortable lead, and then we bottled it. West Ham, unacceptable. No substitutions, late substitutions, poor in-game management. We didn't learn anything against Anfield. All right, fine. You know, Anfield, you can say it's Liverpool tax, it's Anfield tax, the atmosphere. West Ham, there's no atmosphere. Like, respectfully, there's no atmosphere. Yeah, you can say it's a London derby, but there's no excuses. And Saka missing the penalty, he should have been taken off right away. You don't keep a guy on. Jorginho, we signed Jorginho because he's experienced, he's a leader. Thank you for him, by the way. He's a great baller, he's a great player.
He's a great player.
He's hardly getting game time. And when he plays, he changes that midfield. Instead of playing Fabio Vieira, who doesn't know Premier League football, is too skinny, inexperienced on the ball, raw on and off the ball. And then Southampton, 20th in the league, Southampton. That's where I'm like 3-1 down to Southampton. I didn't even know if this was Arsenal I was watching at that point.
No,
it just felt like
3-1 down to Southampton. That's the Arsenal I know.
Yeah, it sounds like that. That sounds like an Arsenal.
That's the Arsenal I grew up with. You know?
Especially Walcott. Especially Walcott.
That's the Arsenal I grew up with. Yeah.
No.
That's the Arsenal that's coming back next season.
No.
Freeze. One at a time. This is not Lewis's channel, for Christ's sake. This is not Carefree Lewis G. I love him, but this is not his channel. For fuck's sake, one at a time. Go ahead,
Carlito.
Melina, please.
Yeah, first of all, tell Sadiq to join the stream and stop typing in the chat if he's still typing in the chat.
Oh, he's such a jabroni.
And to answer Prim's question, like, it's unacceptable. Okay, Anfield, I understood it was just one game, but we were 8 points clear of City, and to lose, not the City game. I don't care about the City game. We were never going to beat City at the Etihad. Whatever, it is what it is. But the 3 games before that, when we were 8 points clear and had an opportunity to rise above, we fumbled the bag and we choked. It's not the fact that we were up against City, competing against City to maintain number 1 position. It's the fact that our own players and the way we set up, like, we shot ourselves in the foot. It was our own players that let us down. And some of these players, like Bukayo Saka, as much as I love him, a lot of these players are not untouchable from a starting 11, and Arteta needs to learn that. You can't just keep giving someone a starting position when they haven't been performing for the last 4 or 5 games. He's been a shadow of himself. And sometimes some players need to sit on the bench and observe before learning what it's like to get a starting position. Reece Nelson is a baller. Every time he comes on, he's an impact substitution. He's hardly getting... He's hardly getting minutes. He's hardly getting game time. Emil Smith-Rowe came back from a major injury, is ready and available to play, and he's not getting minutes. I don't know what the guy needs to do to get minutes, to get game time.
Whoa, what happened to KJ?
Trossard as well, bro.
I don't know, whatever happened, thank God.
I mean, baller for Reece Nelson. Baller for Reece Nelson is a stretch.
Prime. Gotta let Steve speak. Hey, Steve, shout out. Thank you, buddy. All right, so what do we have? What do we have for some of your thoughts, buddy? What do you want to address?
I mean, I just want to speak a bit about Arsenal. I mean, for me, yeah, they've had a great season and all that, but it's gonna come to an end this Sunday, I think, unfortunately, because Mel, what did you say? You know what you said in there? You said in big games, you fucked up. You fucked up, and the mentality was you've been switched off. You can't go to St. James's Park. I know you beat Chelsea, and it's better that you didn't. If you lost, then you would have been even more screwed. But for me, it's like I'm getting deja vu from last year, right? Because you guys were fighting for something last year, and we're just kind of fighting for like a good position, you know? I'll be at 3rd place and 12th, 11th, whatever. For me, I just think what I think is going to win the game is the in-game management, which is something Arteta has struggled with lately. I don't know if you agree with that. And the fact that I know for a fact Bukayo Saka is starting. I know for a fact. But his form has been bad. And Arteta needs to find the will to be able to drop him. He did it with Martinelli and Partey in midweek. I think he's rotating for this game. I think.
What do you think about that?
To be fair, Martinelli wasn't dropped. He just visited his physical.
All right, so Steve thinks that Saka should be dropped. By the way, Melina, I don't think. Look, he's someone that you're opposing. I don't have a dog in this fight. I've actually thought Saka had looked. I mean, the British people call it leggy. I think he's played too many games. I know he's young, but I think he's played too many games.
How are
That's
you
just
saying
how I
too
feel.
many games when we're playing one game a fucking week?
Oh,
Like,
I
if we're in
think.
the
Oh,
Champions League, it's gonna be
I mean,
different.
he's been. No. Look, just as an athlete, like the body doesn't think that. Oh, now the season's over. Now it starts again when I have to do Europe duty. When I have to do, fucking Southgate duty. Like the guy's played so many games. I just feel as though, like Mo Salah with Saka, I know that there are differences in age, but this happens to every athlete. I think it's finally caught up with him. I think he has hit a wall a little bit. It happens.
Well, so that's the thing. That's where I'm saying in-game management, substitute, right wing. Reece Nelson can play on there. Make your changes, and he doesn't do that.
Trossard, by the way,
Trossard
Emil Smith-Rowe too. It's not like he just knows how to cut in from left to right. He can play right too.
No,
I can't
that's
believe
what I
Emil
was saying.
Smith-Rowe
But
hasn't played.
Arteta's
I can't
not
believe
giving
Emil Smith-Rowe.
any minutes to Smith-Rowe. I don't know what the reason is. Apparently today an article came out that Arteta wants to train Smith-Rowe in midfield. I don't know how that's gonna go, but that's like a side note.
I'm sure attacking midfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the point that Steve mentioned of Saka needing to be dropped, I agree 100%. I said it after West Ham. I said it during the West Ham game. When you're missing a penalty like that, take him off. Make substitutions appropriately. And it costed us a lot of games. It's not just West Ham that costed us. Southampton, same thing. Why are you playing Fabio Vieira, who's inexperienced? Why are you bringing on someone like Jacob Kiwior at Anfield? The guy's never touched Premier League minutes. You're bringing him on at Anfield of all games. Where we're 2-0 up and we're trying to maintain a lead. The thing with Newcastle, though, Steve, I want to say, like, because you mentioned last season, I know, like, this season we drew 0-0 at home at Emirates. But, one thing I want to say about last season at St. James Park, I know you guys crushed our top 4 hopes, you, Brighton, and Tottenham away. But last season, we didn't have Partey. Okay, maybe that doesn't make a difference. We had Tierney. We didn't have Tierney, I think, and we had Nuno Tavares at left back. Okay,
and he's
Ben
a wing
White
back.
Ben White was injured, and
no, Ben White started. He started
no,
center
he
back.
was injured. Well, I think he came off injured, and Cedric played at center back, and Tomiyasu came off injured that game. So there was a lot of things to factor. But the thing with Newcastle is Newcastle are really strong at home and really good at home. Defensively, they have very good players. Like, it's not going to be an easy game for us. St. James Park is not an easy place to get 3 points. I'm not saying I'm overly confident, and I'm not going to give them too much respect, but I'm also not going to underestimate them. I know what they're capable of. Callum Wilson and Isak are on fire right now. I know that.
Yeah. Callum Wilson.
So it's a big game for us, and if we don't win this game, then I'll say, you guys can laugh at me all you want, because the title will then and truly be done at that point.
Yeah, by the way, I don't think anybody should be laughing. I don't think anybody should be laughing at Arsenal season. I thought the season's been good. I think the season's been really good.
The thing with football is, if you can't handle banter like that, then you shouldn't be on these kind of platforms,
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? And the last thing I want to say, I forgot now. Fuck.
But before I let KJ speak in, I just want to say Newcastle is kind of an efficient team. Steve, I'm never going to give you that they play pretty, but getting hit.
No, we do. No,
you don't. But I think that because of the efficiency when it comes to their defensive record, playing Newcastle is like getting hit with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Because you try and you try, but you keep getting battered back. It's like playing tennis against Bjorn Bjork.
Height.
Like it's like Dan Burns is a
big fucking dude.
Like no, like this is what I mean by that is that like there's a lot of efficiency in that team, and when you play an efficient team, you can get naturally frustrated. All right, KJ, what do you got, buddy?
Oh, hold on. I remembered what I wanted to say before KJ.
Okay. She just keeps stepping on your toes, KJ. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Hey, one last thing. A lot of Arsenal fans say City are going to keep dropping points. It's not the fact that City will drop points. I don't care about what they're doing. It's the fact that if they do drop points, I don't believe in my team to pick those up in crucial moments. So that's what I wanted to say. But KJ, you can go ahead.
Fair.
Damn, I didn't expect that to come from her.
Are you sure? She's a discerning fan. Come on.
I
tease her on her takes, but she's been sensible tonight. I respect that. No, but
It's the barbecue. It's not Lee Gunner's channel. Come on now.
Facts. No, but I agree with you. I think Newcastle has proven themselves to be efficient. And I think it's just because of the way they've kind of set themselves up to be, which is probably the model Chelsea should have adopted when we got, Jesus Christ, it's Fat Frank. It's probably the system we should have adopted when Todd Boehly took over the club. So I agree with you. That's literally what I wanted to say. But more Melina's point to Newcastle, and just especially how you guys are going to set up. I feel like you guys will win. I think it's kind of set up for you guys to win. I don't think you'll drop points there. But if you do you think, it's a question to everyone, do you guys think the season is truly done for Arsenal?
No, not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, if we don't beat Newcastle, I think it's over.
Oh yeah, that's definite. Over. I don't think.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the other thing I wanted to. Sorry, Jester, just real quick. The pressure thing with Arsenal is the thing for me also, because our crowd is going to be behind our guys. And look at the what I want everyone to pay attention to on Sunday is when the players are standing out there. Look at the body language of Arsenal players, because last year I looked at those Arsenal players when the fucking war flags was on and the fucking music and it was rocking. Those players, they weren't your 11 right now. You're a much improved team. Their body language is petrified, bro. It was. I saw it in them. And you know what? We showed up on the day. I think we will on Sunday. It's not going to be easy, but I think what we have what it takes to neutralize you. And the fact that Arteta won't drop Saka is kind of an indictment of that as well, because he's just trying. He's counting on Saka, and that's great, but he's not producing at the moment, and Arteta needs to show that ruthlessness just like he did with Partey and Martinelli or whoever. Start Trossard. He's one of your informed
No, I think
players.
he'll keep the same 11 as Chelsea.
All right, so let's hear from two of the OGs, Matt and Jesters, which is the barbecue that's named after. You guys haven't spoken for a while. Go ahead, fellas.
I like talking. Sorry.
Go ahead, Matt.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait for Newcastle to do an absolute demolition job on Arsenal.
Oh, there we go.
Think so?
That Arsenal cannon, there's going to be no cannonballs flying out of that cannon anymore. It's just going to be bottles. Because you've completely bottled the league. Imagine the fact that the most successful team in London this season, with the potential only trophy, is going to be West Ham United. Not Arsenal, not Chelsea, obviously not Tottenham, because Tottenham are Tottenham. But West Ham are going to be the only team with trophy at the end of this, potentially. Because Arsenal have bottled it. In their successful season, they've won just as much as Chelsea. I don't want to hear this, we got second place. Second place is first loser. Don't give me that shit.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. And then just to flip it onto the other side, I can't wait for the Chelsea women to win the league. And then Melina can't say shit at all.
Yeah, I mean, is there a better player in all of football than Sam Kerr? I don't think so.
But
because she doesn't just score goals.
I never disagree with
what
that.
What about Alexis Putella? What the fuck?
Oh, get the fuck out of here with Putellas. Get the fuck. It's Putellas.
Oh, God.
Get out of here with that shit.
Barcelona cheat.
Oh, no. She is. Ella es basura in comparison to fucking Sam Kerr. Get out of here with that
nonsense. You can never have a woman as the best footballer in the world.
I don't care. She is awesome.
You can't. Because they can't.
Oh, Jared, I'm just saying. I fucking
Jesters, you tread carefully.
No,
tread carefully, Jesters.
I'm not
there are.
We don't live in a fact society anymore, Jesters.
That's all right. I'm fine with
what I'm saying is,
I'm not saying I don't love it.
Hold on. I know you guys are both doing the outkick thing. I get it. I'm kidding about women and men. Look, different. It's a different thing. I get it. But Sam Kerr is a fabulous player, and she's going to be responsible for at least some of Chelsea's trophies this season.
Sure,
that's what I'm talking about.
Chelsea's only trophies this season.
Seriously, the only trophies.
Can I speak on Arsenal with the title?
Yeah.
Is that Deji?
But first of all,
that's terrible. KJ, no. Oh no, Jesters, you're killing me, Smalls. First the Sam Kerr comment, now this. Oh no.
Anyways, first of all, what Jester said, I didn't say it. Not saying I don't agree, but I didn't say it. So when Jesters get cancelled, I'm not part. I'm not part of Jesters getting cancelled.
No, look, buddy. There's no cancellation on this.
I was making a joke. Anyway, second of all, I think Arsenal beat Newcastle. Am I the only one who actually thinks they'll beat Newcastle?
Are you trolling?
I'm surprised, Latimus.
Yo, you guys are doing reverse psychology. You think I'm stupid?
No, I'm not.
Oh, good point.
I think like probably the best thing, or not best thing. I think a big part of why Arsenal have been brilliant this season up until the last few weeks.
And by the way, they have been brilliant.
I know. I just said. Anyway,
I'm reinforcing what he said. They really have been brilliant. Okay.
I think the big part, or maybe the biggest part of why Arsenal have been brilliant this season, is up until the past few weeks, is because of your fan base and how together and unified you guys have been, and the positivity. As long as you guys keep having that up until the final few games, I think you'll win your remaining games. And once you do that, as long as you guys win your games, whatever happens with City happens with City. But just keep winning. Like, that's why I don't like the reaction of your fan base the last few weeks, because you've been so arrogant and positive and like looking down on everyone and saying we're better than City, just to go back and say City are better than you guys. Like, no, don't flip flop. Either have the mentality or don't have it at all. And for me, if Arsenal just give up and fall away from here, then I'll laugh. Because you've been so amazing up until this point, and only when you're not top, then you're going to just fall away and not give up. That's a Spurs mentality. Don't do that. Keep going. And if you lose, then you lose the league, you dust yourselves off, and you go again next season. Like, that's the mentality of a big club.
Well, okay, I disagree with the last statement. If we don't win the league this season, the league this season, I don't think we'd win it next season. I don't think we have a chance next season.
I didn't say you will win it next season. I'm saying you go again. That's the mentality of a big club. You go again, challenge again.
I don't think we would do it. I respectfully, I don't think we have that mentality. We don't have the players. Half of our players don't have that mentality. Some of the players who don't deserve to wear the shirt, and that's just how it is right now. And hopefully the summer will show if we're getting rid of those bums or if we're gonna keep them as players who are gonna get coaching badges and lotion them up, basically. I agree with you on the point of the fan base being united. I went to 2 games this season, and I'm going to the last game of the season. I'm traveling all the way. Like, even if
don't tell me you paid $4,000 for a ticket.
No, even if we don't win the league, like, for me, like, this season has been the most entertaining to watch Arsenal in a long time. And seeing my club come back from games, the way we played fluid attacking football, like, it felt champagne football at sometimes. But if we don't win the league, for me personally, it's a disappointment. There's no difference between 2nd place and 4th place. We have no trophy to our name as Chelsea do. Like, we'll at the end of the season. Yeah, it will still be an achievement from 8th to 5th to 2nd. But I still feel like it would be a failure of a season in my opinion.
Okay, so I'm going to say what I was trying to been saying for the last 10 minutes. It doesn't matter what Arsenal do. I don't think City's going to lose another game this year.
Yeah.
Well, they also have to play Chelsea. Let's ask.
But they have Champions League.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Jared, they have Champions League too.
It doesn't matter.
No,
doesn't matter.
No. Well, Real Madrid is going to knock them out anyways. So
Real Madrid won't knock them out.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Too. I think they won't.
Can I ask the panel this question? I know this is addressed to Prime, but let me just ask the entire panel this question. Prime, doesn't it have to be in Arsenal's hands in order to give it up? Does this say in it? In it? In it? You fucking Brits and your slang. In it? All right. I will say this without in it. Matthew, pardon your country. Prime doesn't have to be in Arsenal's hands to give it up. That time has passed, has it not, my G? Has it not? Instead of in it.
You still use my G.
Of course I'm still going to use my G. That's an American idiom. But in it, get the fuck out of here. Oh, Matt Ball, go ahead. Matt Ball, what do you think? In it.
Well, it's not in Arsenal's hand, so
yeah,
they've already given it up, from my opinion. They've already bottled it. It's too late. So if they win all their games and Man City win all their games and Man City win it, well, you still bottled it. You just bottled it earlier than what everyone thinks. I mean, they've had a good. To be honest, they have had a good season.
Yes,
but it's going to be a season that won't be remembered because they didn't win anything.
Yeah,
Matt, I disagree with you. I think they bottled it much, or I don't think they quote unquote bottled it earlier than what people thought. Because people were saying back in February, March that they bottled the league at that time, and they didn't.
No, I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be April, but
yeah. Okay, well, the majority were different, but for the question, I don't think they have to. Well, it doesn't have to be in Arsenal's hands to give it up. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that they should just stop?
No, what I think the question is saying is that they don't decide their fate. Their fate is in the hands of Man City. But this is a very presumptuous. But Prime, this is a presumptuous question because this is why this is the best league in the world. Is that you can actually get done any day. You can get done any day. So I don't think that it's a guarantee that you guys are all just conceding that City's going to win every game. I don't think they're going to win every game. I just don't.
I know, but that's what I said when I said Arsenal just have to win their games.
Yeah, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion.
And whatever happens with City happens with City. You can't control what City do.
Well, I can definitely say if they lose to Newcastle on Sunday, it's done.
They're not going to lose against Newcastle.
I just said if they do.
Wait, Prime, I'm interested. I obviously I don't mind. You have your opinion. What do you think? Like, what do you? How do you think Arsenal win it? Do you have like something in your mind, or do you just say like
they play really good football?
I think they play what?
They play really good football.
Yeah, well, we do too.
Not as good as Arsenal. Not even. Close.
I think. Well, no. Okay. I think good football is like subjective.
Yes.
No, and I'm a snob about this because aesthetics as well as the efficacy of your play, to me, it's an amalgamation of both.
Yeah, I mean, the best football is what gets you to win. If you're talking about from an aesthetic, from an enjoyment point of view.
No, I think it's both. It has to be both because there's also entertainment. Everybody forgets that, but it is entertainment.
But entertaining football is what gets you to win, though, right?
Yeah.
I think it's both. But okay. The end game is obviously to win. Yeah.
Yeah, but like do you guys not remember in the late 2000s, early 2010s period, in the Premier League, people were saying Arsenal were the Barcelona of the Prem, and yet that was their trophy drop when they won nothing. So, like, good football, quote unquote, means nothing without.
Yeah. Jose Mourinho says, "What's Arsenal? 10 points behind." 10. Yeah, that's.
But that's kind of my point.
The end game, Prime. The end game is to play well and win.
I know that, but that's why I say winning is what matters. If you don't win,
I get it.
All that good football type doesn't mean anything. But anyway, aside from like City, in terms of an enjoyment point of view, I personally would put Newcastle above Arsenal. But effectiveness is effectiveness, and Arsenal are in a title race for a reason. I think they'll beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
Can I ask Matt and Uncle Jester a question, please, and KJ? Sure. If we win this league, sorry, let me rephrase that. When we win this league at the end of the season, I would like a handwritten apology, a public tweet.
This is not a question. This is not a question. You said you had to
man.
And Steve didn't even get to finish his question first.
Objection.
Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Hey!
Steve,
speculation.
What was your question towards me?
Sorry.
Yeah, my question was like, what I just want to know your perspective on why do you think Arsenal will beat Newcastle?
I think because they have to keep winning. And right now, I think they're in a kind of stage where the pressure isn't really on them. People have already viewed Arsenal as bottling the league and the league being over. So there's no real pressure on them. So they can keep going about their business. I see them being able to beat Newcastle. I think Newcastle Like, I think you've played them the whole season thus far without any pressure on you. And I think it might get to a point where there's going to have to now be a bit of pressure. And I think this Arsenal will just be able to take like advantage and just win.
Are you saying like a 1-0 or a 2-1?
2-1.
Steve, nobody
I think it'll be
knows
close.
that.
I think it'll be close, but I think they'll win 2-1.
Matt, can I push back on this? No
Interesting.
prediction radio here. No prediction radio here. Come on.
What do you mean?
Because Sadiq would do this on our channel, and I am calling out Sadiq. What's the result? Who do you think is going to win? Like, I think that Arsenal is a better team. That's why I think they're going to win. This is the result. I don't fucking know who's going to score, dude. No idea.
Yeah, but like, none of us know anything. Like, why can't we just we're giving our opinion?
I think that it's better to talk about the strengths of the team. I think that Newcastle is insanely organized. And the other thing about Newcastle is that they're unfazed emotionally by where they're at because they're incrementally building in such a professional manner that they're used to every single block that they step up towards. Like they're
and
like,
everyone is playing for their place for the championship.
100%. Because guess what? They know that once the top four money comes in, and that just means more sponsorships because Newcastle is not allowed to spend all the money that they have because you have to justify it with incoming money. Yeah. So, but once you get popular, they're going to spend like fucking crazy, which is what Matt Ball said.
Once you get popular, all the girls will like you.
Yeah.
I think if anything, Newcastle's overachieved this season.
100%. I think they've done great, KJ.
You could say the same thing to us, though. Our aim was initially top four, and
no, I don't see that this is ever a problem.
It was top four in Europa League.
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Top four in Europa.
So can I read you guys' top four here? So right now, 79, 78, 65, 63. Okay, that is Man City, Arsenal. Man City has a game in hand. Newcastle, game in hand. And Manchester United game in hand on Liverpool, who is 4 points behind them. So Manchester United and Newcastle, respectively, if they win both their games, they are in equal games played versus Liverpool, I would say 7 and 9 points ahead. So I do believe as though, because this is a topic of the panel and the show itself, is top four settled. I actually do believe top four is settled. Now, does that mean complacency? It doesn't to me, because I think Newcastle just wants to continue to incrementally build and never settle on the previous result. Again, this is why I said they're like getting hit with a sledgehammer, because even if they don't, and I believe this, always play the prettiest of football, they're really hard to score against. And that, again, is like getting hit with the fucking Bjorn Bjorg serve. Like, it's hard to fucking beat this guy.
Dan Burn,
they're just efficient.
We're hard to play against, hard to beat, hard to score against, and we're now scoring loads of goals. And again, the in-game management for me is why I'm going with the win for us, because Arteta has been struggling lately with the in-game management, not making subs at the right time, or not doing the right starting 11s. And Eddie Howe has been making substitutions like against Brentford, Southampton, where we were trailing, and then we went on to win the game. So
you know what? You've convinced me. Newcastle wins 3-0. Joe Willock brace.
That's what's up, baby. To be fair, Joe Willock, bro, he's a key cog in.
Well, no. Before Melina goes, because she has to go. Talk to me about Joe Willock, Melina. How we doing, baby?
I actually miss him. I'm happy for him at Newcastle. I think we got good money for him, but he's doing really well.
He's a good player.
Really well there.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Hey, Melina, I'll let you go with your final thoughts, but I also just wanted to say, you come into the Lions Den, but you're the biggest lion. You're the nastiest of the bunch, and we're some dirty dogs, man. But I love what you bring on at Twitter. I love what you bring on with the streams. You're an unbelievably gracious person outside of Twitter, not inside. And I love you to death. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thanks for having me. It was great to come on the show. Nice to see Prime, Matt, KJ, Uncle Jester, Steve. Unfortunately, hopefully we destroy you guys on Sunday. And make sure to subscribe to Sadiq's new channel as well. think there's some links to it somewhere. Sadiq, he's a coward for not joining his own show.
There are no links. There are no links. There are no links to his new channel on this stream. 0 links. No links. None.
Wait.
Zero links.
New channel.
Yeah.
No links. There are no links.
I'll hopefully catch you guys in another stream. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Good.
Thanks,
Well.
Melina.
Hopefully, Chelsea win a game of football. Keep the blue
They won't.
flag
They won't.
flying
They
high.
won't.
Strike that from the record. She did
They
not
won't.
say that. She's banned. She's banned. That's it.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
See you, Mal.
Thank
Good
you
seeing
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
I'll
Steve,
just
you
say
know
for the
who would
record.
be-
No. I want to say for the record, she is a great sport.
Nah, I love Mel.
And I think anyone that doesn't like her, well, you're not a friend of mine. So
yeah,
let's
you're
keep it moving.
Well, I'm not your friend then, buddy.
Steve, you know who would be a good upgrade?
KJ, you might end up marrying her. So shut up.
What the fuck?
Steve, do you know who would be a good upgrade on Willock?
Yeah,
Goal scoring midfielder.
Philip Billing.
Runs around, does that hard work in midfield.
Don't
English.
even fucking say it. Don't even fucking. Which one? Which one of these fucking?
Conor Gallagher.
Which one of these? Which one? Which one are you gonna say? You're gonna say both, aren't you? I'll give you it for one for 60 million.
Who do you want? Who do you want?
If I had to pick between Mason Mount and Gallagher,
Mount is vastly the better player.
Oh, he's way better.
I also think Mount would suit Newcastle. Playing that.
he kind of would. He kind of would, to be fair. If Eddie Howe ends up signing him, I think he'd actually be decent for us. And if he does, then fair play, because Eddie Howe's gotten almost everything spot on. So,
Dude, like Prime,
Yeah,
I'm
it
with
is
you
what it is,
100%. Like, is it?
I wouldn't want him. I would rather get someone much better for a much better price. I can find a player in League 2 that's better than
Ball,
him.
we want Mount out. Don't you think he'd work at Newcastle?
I think he probably would.
Yeah, I think he'd work. I think Eddie Howe would be able to find a role for him. I don't know whether he is going to leave or not, because it's still contracts up for debate.
Okay, so what do you think then? In terms of what he's going to do, what's going to happen? Prediction radio, Matthew. What's the score?
I don't. You want me to do predictions all of a sudden?
No. I'm asking you more to just be discerning and reading the room on what do you think the atmosphere is with this player? Because from what I talked to Paul about this earlier today, he called me while I was driving into work, motherfucker. And I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I actually don't think Mason Mount wants to be at Chelsea anymore. I think that the end game is that. I actually don't think he wants to be here anymore.
I think Poch will try and convince him to stay. There might be one more contract offer as put on the table, but I don't think it'll be accepted.
Yeah. And I also I don't actually think that the money or the years is the thing. I think that he's kind of tired of the club. I could be wrong, but Frank Lampard resigned the other day of saying that I can't make him stay. He said not in not so many words. He basically said that. So from what I'm saying, I do think that in my job I have to be able to read the room as a profession. I do feel as though that's actually what's going on. Is that I think that he actually wants to leave. I may be wrong, Matt, but maybe. I mean, KJ, what do you think? I mean, Jesters, am I wrong in reading this? Because he's left social media and he made such a big to-do about it because the Chelsea fans are shitting on him.
Well, I wish I was the one taking that dumper dude because he got to go. He's got to go because his fan base brings nothing but negativity to your club. And for the price you can get for him, because he's still a name, he's still English, sell him to an English club.
Big name.
70 million pounds. We need that for FFP more than we need him running around the field like a chicken with the head cut off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
KJ, what do you think, man?
Bro, I think he's resigned like most players that have their social medias, man. If you want nothing to do with the club, you're not going to interact with the club. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Whether that's because of the constant fan abuse or because we just don't appreciate these players, it's whatever. But I feel like if you're in a position where you don't even want to interact with any fan, then you clearly don't want to be in this club. And I think with Frank, he realizes this is a hard ask and this is a hard task, which is why he's just doing whatever. Because at this point, he's got nothing to lose. He's lost the respect of most of our fan base in terms of just being a manager. We still love him as a legend, but for the simple fact that he has kind of operated in this level of authority and he doesn't really care about just how we're reacting, it clearly shows you that he's just doing whatever for the sake of doing his job.
Yeah, it's actually how I feel. Again, like you said, I mean, and KJ is always, look, KJ's an awesome guy. He's also a humanist. KJ is a fan of man. KJ always sides with the human being.
Are you saying he's gay?
No, he means
no.
A fan of man?
No, it's from Devil's Advocate.
It's from Devil's Advocate.
I don't watch anything but
watch
football.
a fucking be cultured. Be cultured one time in your goddamn life.
Don't watch football. Or sorry, I don't watch.
I know you don't watch football because you would actually agree with me if you did. So here's the deal. No, KJ is a humanist. So when he talks about players and their struggles, he always thinks about the human being. He always does. So but it's he's the best of us. I fucking love KJ. But what he's really saying is that, and I agree with him, is that we're reading the tea leaves here, and if he's resigned to be saying, I am done talking to my fans because everything that gets in between me and the fans is the shit that drives my mind crazy, and it affects me personally in my brain. Because in between all the people that say we love you, Mason, there's probably 4 times as many people that say you fucking suck. And he's just like, life's too short. I'm done with this. And I think he is done with it, KJ. I really do think so. So when I say I'm a fan of man, that's Al Pacino in fucking Devil's Advocate, Steve. Watch a goddamn movie once in your life.
Are you saying you're insane in the membrane?
Insane, got no brain. Steve's not going to get that one either. He's not. It's Cypress.
I know, insane in the fucking membrane.
Insane, got no brain. Insane in the membrane. So, all right, Matt Ball has got to go, but I think we're going to also wrap this up. Unless Jared has got a bunch of other brilliant things to say.
I don't. My head was put under a bunch of magnets today, so I'm a little bit dizzy today. No,
it's okay, buddy. No, I just hope that you're okay.
I hope so too.
Absolutely. Big facts.
Cypress Hill, thank you. Somebody knows. But with that, we're going to wrap it up. We've had a lovely time with all the guests.
That's what she said. That she also said that too.
Wait, what's Bournemouth Chelsea predictions? What was that?
I don't give a fuck.
We're going to lose.
Score.
We're gonna lose.
Carlito, I'm making you do one.
No, I think
I'll literally touch your bum hole if you don't. Get the fuck to it. Let's go.
I mean, I didn't invite.
Hey!
Touch.
Hey! How many are you losing by? Go.
All right, so here's
Give
the
me
deal,
something.
Steve. By the way, I still owe an outstanding debt to KJ, which will be paid within a month. I already told him that. But I will bet you $50.
Okay.
That we beat Bournemouth.
Oh, easy. Okay, I'm taking Bournemouth all fucking day. Are you kidding me?
So then, KJ,
I must be in a dream.
Okay,
this is like the best thing that ever happened to me. You're kidding, right? You're kidding.
Internet shake. So boom, shake. Yes.
Steve,
your
wait,
camera.
no, Steve, don't wait, Steve. We've been losing so many games that we're bound to get out.
We are doomed, baby.
No. It's not ending tomorrow. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, so all right, so witness. Great.
Can
Okay.
I get a witness?
Hey, wait. What happens if
By the
it's
way,
a draw?
Steve wouldn't
No
have gotten
bet.
that reference.
Draw,
either.
no bet, right?
Yeah, it's called a push. No, of course no bet.
Okay.
What am I going to ask you for $10? Dude, it's called that's a push.
So if Chelsea wins, Steve gives Carlito $50
US dollars. But
yes,
if Bournemouth
there's no
win,
spread, there's no points. It is a straight up bet. All right, so Matt, I'll give you the last
Shake.
word.
So I'm clipping.
Yeah, no, witness. Fucking witness. All right, Matt, what's the last word, buddy? What do you got?
I mean, I think it's gonna be 1-1.
No. Just the last
I'll
word
take
and
that.
everything. It's all good. Last
word. I don't know. I'm all done.
That's
all
what
out.
she said. Can I get a witness? Oh, can I get a witness? All right, this has been Jared's barbecue, and Jared, that's a good one. That's a good one.
No, it was quality.
Y'all have a good night. Come back and see us next week. We're here every Friday night.
Damn right.
Up the fucking cherry.